welcome to Digital Dudes. And let me introduce you to one of the hosts. And he is my host, my best friend, my right hand man, the leprechaun to In the Hood of all things. I'm talking about Chris Stuffer. I'm gonna put a little, and then like like when like our videos they say I'm gonna Chris, like capitalize Chris, and then
Yep.
lowercase. The fur is gonna be like another capitalized because Chris the fur is in the motherfucking house. Uh
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now to the second co-host, my brother, my tag team partner, as if I ever was in an ECW wrestling ring, the miniature blue meanie,
mm.
also soon to be married man, ladies, but still on the shelf, still open for business for Transformers or men if he has the options of it.
No.
My co-host, Bobby.
Yeah. 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 I like how it's just going to be. Thank you, everybody. I like how we're just going to keep it under as like Bobby. Robert's too professional.
Yeah.
That's my real name, Robert. Bobby's like you get the fun loose version of me, and I need a fun loose night, man.
And,
I
and as I'm saying, stick with Chris, because honestly, you go with Christopher, I sound like I'm in trouble. I'm sorry, I'm telling you that right
no,
now.
I know, I understand. When my mom used to say Robert, and I was like, oh fuck, what did I do now? Did she
Yes.
find my stash for once? But no, I need this today. It's been a bad day for me. Well, Wednesday was bad, Thursday was good, today bad, and hopefully I go on Monday, things are gonna get good. But
Yeah.
right now, I'm in the storm. I'm getting hit with the waves.
Yeah. Surprisingly, my week's also been hectic too.
It sucks. Like that's one thing as I hate the most is like when you have like a week and it's like you will have a good day, good day, good day, good day, a bad
Yes.
day. That's the worst. It's like when you just like, oh, come on, man, come on,
Nope,
really?
mine was all week long till I like left it
I
at that.
I didn't like it was that's the worst part when it's all week long. You kind of it's like I'm just gonna come. I just know it's gonna happen.
Yes.
I know this is gonna be a bad
But
day.
but it was actually a horrible week for me because I actually had to break ties with a friend and all that stuff.
Yes, I heard. Sad to say.
And yes,
I've been there.
but I'm not dealing with it, not discussing it, because honestly, it'll just create more drama. And I know he listens to the podcast when he wants
Oh,
to.
oh. Well, hopefully he's my best friend now, asshole. um, I do. I'll say this today. Um, while we're recording, the missus is hopefully getting her new car.
Hmm.
Nice Subaru. Hopefully, she kind of wants it. Very up to date.
A-
And
As as we say in the con world and all that, it's not a Subaru, it's an Uwu.
I hate you so much. Ew, ew. If I ate my chocolate bar, that would have really just been. I would just throw my fucking headphones. You monster. Ew, ew. Fucking cunt.
Ah.
God damn it. I hate you. Why,
Also,
why, why are you my
uh,
co host again?
because sometimes we
Crusty
gotta
the,
disagree and
you
agree and
are,
all that.
you are my Krusty the Clown.
Yes. Hence, so
um,
also for ladies and gentlemen, as Bobby's already told me what his costume is going to be for the Halloween special of Digital Dudes, would you like to announce it, Bobby, or would you like me to announce it?
well, the scenario is. the thing is, far out. I understand. We're in halfway point to Halloween. Me
Yes.
and Chris thought of something hilarious. And shut up. No, no, no. Now you're. They don't. They kind of should know the mean dance. But I sat there saying, me and Chris are huge wrestling fans. ECW
Yes, we
hat.
are.
ECW hat. We talked about wrestling. It's gonna be a little bit on tonight's topic. Um, we Chris says something to me. He's like, you know what would be funny, Bobby? And I'm like, what's up, buddy? He's like, you dressing up like Meanie. And I'm like, you know what? That
No,
would be
no, no, no,
funny.
no, no. Get it right. I said there's
Blue.
three wrestlers I can see you dressing up as.
Yeah.
Mick Foley as one of his characters or himself. Viscera from the 90s.
That
I'm
kind
talking
of
about
hurt.
90s wrestling.
But I'm not black.
Vader, I meant. Uh, then then it came to the Blue Meanie and he got all excited. Bobby
Oh my
definitely did.
god. Oh, I did. I loved that. That was awesome. Oh man, that was a good that was a good way. I'm like, but I'm not black. And then you're like, oh Vader, fuck, I meant that one.
Yeah.
When you said Vince, I was like, what? Yeah, I'm not black. What the fuck are you talking about? No,
But
but
you want to know what?
meanie.
You
What
want to know
up?
what? The blue guy.
The blue guy. The blue guy. Practicing everybody. So everybody. I decided for the love of the pod and for just to watch Chris piss himself laughing because he has to he would have to break character. He's also going to be part of the BW0. If you don't know what
I,
BWO is,
as I'm saying, I didn't say it was going to be the blue guy. I said I would dress up as an
like
ECW original.
I was saying, big sexy Stevie Richards.
Nah, uh, I don't have the long hair no more, and I'm not that skinny either.
So what? So what? You gonna go as Sandman? I can see
No,
that one. I can see
no,
Sandman.
no, 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 no.
Common Dreamer.
No.
Well, either way, we're gonna let me continue
A-
this. What?
As I'm gonna say, all I gotta say is, Devon, get the tables.
I was
Bubba Ray, the
Bubba. Well, the whole scenario is, I decided for the love of the pad, I'm going to dress up as Meanie. But also, I told Chris there's a convention, a autograph signing, and Meanie's gonna be there. That's next month. So
we have a
if
month.
so, for the love of Chris, I'm going to dress up like Meanie, and I hope Meanie just looks at me and starts pissing himself laughing.
The
Cause
blue guy.
I'm not gonna be able to keep it serious. Cause I will take a photo of this, and I think he would want a photo of this.
He definitely would.
I
But you
think
want to know what? You one thing, your wife is not gonna
she's
lie.
not coming. She's not allowed
No,
to.
no, 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 no. Because you said you were gonna dye it all blue,
Oh, the beard?
the beard and the hair.
I'm not gonna permanently dye. I'm gonna spray it done.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna permanently dye my hair blue. What the fuck you smoking crack? Do I look like an '80s punker? I am a punker, but not an
Yeah.
'80s punker. But no, but I saw it. I'm gonna do the glasses. But well, the thing is, I'm gonna have to buy two BWO
He
shirts.
he doesn't get the glasses. It's face paint.
Yeah, that's one. No, that's what I'm saying. The glue on face.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to get two BWO shirts. I'm going to get myself into like so when I wear, this to wear. But I'm gonna
Yep.
get the crop top. But if you ever notice, he always had tassels.
Yes, I know you did.
So I'm going to do this right if I'm gonna do meanie.
Is if you're gonna do Meanie right, you have to look at all the video footage you can find and all
Yeah,
that
but
stuff.
Meanie went through so many phases. He was
Yes,
fat Meanie,
but
skinny Meanie, really fat Meanie, gold blue dust. There's
yes.
so many. Oh, if you guys don't know who Blue Dust is, do your
Uh,
fucking history on WWF times.
yes, the attitude. No, scratch that. Ruthless Aggression era.
No, no, you were right. Attitude Era. Meanie was not
Not
around.
yes and no at the same time. Because honestly, that's when the alliance was happening. When Vince McMahon was buying WCW and ECW and combining it all together. That was the beginning of Ruthless Aggression.
Yeah, but I'm not. But Meanie was not part of that era. I'm 100% sure.
Meanie was in there. Yeah.
Well, I'm doing some research over here real quick. Uh, let's see what we got here.
So while he's looking at the research and all that, as I'm saying, we have not mentioned it for a while, so I'm going to mention it while he's looking up his history and all that.
Yeah.
Is if you want to quench your thirst and be hydrated and not deal with sugar, look up Dubby with promo code digital dude underscore 10, where you'll get 10% off of every purchase of Dubby you buy. You can get a cup, you can get different flavors and whatnot, and you can go from there, and you can also pick your colors too.
Damn
Dobby.com.
right. It's delicious stuff. Chris, you are wrong, but I can't show it. But I can do this. I can show the fans what does Meanie look like. Spitting image of myself. Look at that. Spitting image of myself. I just need to dye my hair blue. Look
The
at that.
blue guy.
The blue guy. The skinny. But that was when he was like at his skinny fat era. It was not like completely a
That was
ass.
right before he was going into WWE.
Yeah. Because ECW Meanie was crazy.
Yes.
Yo. But yeah. But hopefully, um,
That's what AEW is trying to be, is like ECW.
and it doesn't work.
No,
It
it doesn't.
doesn't work out well.
Because honestly, as I've seen on Facebook, as he posted, Tony Khan does not want blades or any of that stuff in the locker rooms
He
anymore.
wants real deal, like hurting somebody deal. Like I'm like, dude, you
Yeah.
can't do that. Like and then they were like, oh, Z CZW. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
They are the closest thing to what you would get to as ECW
ECW. But
because they were
you
from
want to know what? You want to
uh,
know, Bobby? You have to say it right how the crowd says it. EC
EC
Dub.
Dub. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, dude, Sabu was on LOS, and the minute he came in, you just hear EC Dub, EC
EC
Dub,
Dub.
EC Dub.
EC Dub.
And it's so funny because like everybody's like, "What the fuck are you saying?" Like ECW. You don't know what EC Dub? You don't say W. You just say Dub. You
Yes.
idiot. They're from Philly. They are trash people, and I love it. I
Yes.
love violence wrestling.
Where
Oh,
Rob Van Dam also started in getting famous and all that
the
shit.
Dudley
The
Boys
Sandman, Tommy Dreamer.
and New Jack.
Also, you cannot forget another original, as I remember, as no one remembers, and you would be shocked when I say this. He would go balls to the wall.
Balls Mahoney.
Yes.
I will say I know Balls Mahoney. I no, the thing is, it's kind of weird about this about wrestling. We'll kind of get into our main one of the topics tonight
Yes.
about WWE and all that shit. I remember watching ECW on TNN at around like 10 o'clock. It would be later on. Sometimes it would be early, but it would be later on.
Yes.
But it would not, it would be maybe two matches.
As it would be because TBS gave him a certain timeline.
TNT, not
TNT,
TBS.
and they went were on TNT, then they went to TBS,
I don't recall that, but all right. I just remember watching on TNT. That's why I just know
which
about
is formerly known as Patreon right now. Paramount,
Paramount.
TNT, and then is it
Huh.
it's called. It went from TNN, Spike, then Paramount. Yeah.
Oh, I remember Spike
A-
TV.
And they only had like an hour episode.
Yeah, and you get one match, and then you get
No,
clips of matches.
they would get
You would get the
two
clippings.
matches in, but they also had promos and they had to do them quick.
Yeah, but they had clippets. Like, oh,
Yeah.
if you didn't see this, check out this crazy shit.
Yeah.
Like Joey Styles sold EC Dub the right way and the correct way to
Yes.
people who are dumb. And now you gotta remember, this is in the 90s.
Yes.
90s.
Yeah.
And this was like the peak of extreme or everything. That's why I love it. I
Hence
love it.
hence the reason Paul Heyman is the way he is. Now,
Greatest man in the world.
he would bounce checks just to pay the wrestlers and all that stuff.
He bounced checks on the wrestlers too.
Yes, and he would end up making it sure that they would still be on frickin' TV, getting paid for their matches and all that. He went bankrupt until Vince bought him.
You know, the funny thing is, when before Vince bought him, he was working with WWF, and everybody was saying, "Are you still EC Dub?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm loyal to this."
Yeah,
He knew what he was doing, but I
yes, he
think that at
did.
the same time, he brung the talented people over to WWE. Like
Yes,
WWE
meaning
and EC Dub did talent back in the day. Like during
yes,
'94, you would
they
see the
did one
Dudleys.
time when Vince McMahon's father was still owning WWF. What ended up happening? Vince McMahon Sr. actually let ECW do one episode on Raw,
Yeah,
and they had several matches.
and it was Rob Van Dam. You saw the debut of Rob Van Dam
No,
versus
no, 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 no.
no, Rob Van Dam was on Monday Night Raw 90 something. It was
Yeah,
1994. It was
this was
some early
when
day.
Vince McMahon Sr. was still on there.
Oh, so
It,
this is before the EC
yes,
dub that we know. This is
yes.
Eastern Championship Wrestling. This is not Extreme Championship Wrestling.
No, it was extreme. It was just showing a preview to get them more out there. Hence the Vince McMahon Jr. end up noticing it, and he bought them because he knew how much they were getting for ratings,
Well,
even though they were getting shitty price and paid and all that.
well, Vince did have back in like the 90s, like as I said, it was like 90 something, 95, 96. They did ECW guys were at a Monday Night Raw, and that's when you got the whole beef with Jerry the King Lawler and ECW. He said, and his favorite line is, "What is this crap? I'm in a bingo hall," which was true.
Yep.
ECW was in a bingo hall, and it was
Yes.
the greatest bingo hall ever. But let's
Yep.
move on to the fact of the old history of all that shit. Let's talk about some current events that's going on. We're talking about
Yes.
Backlash, and I am going to give some predictions, and I have a
Yes.
feeling I'm going to be right. Chris, would you like
So,
to start it off?
as everyone's going, Randy Orton and John Cena match. That's gonna be the main event. As
John Cena's going to win it.
yeah, I'm still gonna say it's John Cena's gonna win it, but it's gonna be by disqualification, as I'm saying.
I wouldn't say disqualification. I would say maybe possibility of cheating.
I'm saying disqualification because I think Cody Rhodes is gonna come in and attack Cena during the match, as I'm predicting.
That could be true because it
Yeah.
can set up the scenario of SummerSlam of Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, John Cena.
Yes.
You have
Uh.
the past, the no, you have the past, the current, the future,
Yes.
all in one match. There you go.
Yeah. That is true.
That's what
Uh.
I'm saying. That
And there is uh, another match is gonna be Seth frickin' Rollins against CM Punk. Another one of those matches, as I believe what's gonna happen.
oh, it's not official yet.
Yeah, I'm believing it's gonna happen. But Gunther and Pat McAfee.
Oh, Pat McAfee's gonna get his ass handed to him, but the rumor is Goldberg is gonna help Pat McAfee win.
Well, honestly, as I've also read, as it's been spreading online, Gunther is going to be fired after that match.
Kayfabe.
As I'm just saying,
Yeah.
as the rumors going around as I've seen.
Why would they kayfabe fire him? Maybe take him time off.
He's he's in suspension indefinitely,
Yeah,
as
kayfabe.
Adam Pierce
Vacation.
said.
Yeah, vacation mode.
Yeah,
Then
he's in
Pat McAfee.
vacation.
And then Pat McAfee's talking shit to Gunther. That was a good. That
But
was a good promo.
but honestly, it was probably not scripted of how Gunther was holding Pat McAfee, and they probably didn't plan this out. Hence the reason why it might end up happening. It's a rumor that's going online as I've seen.
Well, I'll put it to you like this: in the kayfabe world, that could be what it is. But in real life world, maybe I honestly think if I would play into that logic, I think he may could have gotten hurt severe because Pat McAfee's not a wrestler.
He's not a
He's a
wrestler,
podcaster, a businessman, and a
and he's a former
phenomenal
NFL player.
yeah, and a phenomenal commentary person. He is funny. I'm
Yeah,
not the biggest fan of him, but he is funny.
he's he is hilarious. I give him that. He's up there with Jerry the King Lawler
I'll put for
and
Ring.
JR.
Yeah, I would say
He
AJ Styles got to be on. Not AJ Styles. Joey Styles got to be up there.
yeah.
And Paul
Oh
Heyman.
my God.
And Paul Heyman. If you really think
Yes,
about it, Paul Heyman calls some great matches.
yes, that is true.
And he
Can't forget
played.
about Taz either.
No, yeah, Tat.
You agreed. You cannot deny it now.
Well, in layman's term, you caught me and you're like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, yeah. You see, and then you said Taz. I'm like, yeah. Now I'm like, soup bone Cole. I'm not a fan of Michael Cole. Fuck Michael Cole.
No.
So I'm going.
As I would say, Michael Cole was just a prop the whole fucking time.
Michael Cole was around. He was the fucking backstage dude who did interviews. Man, I
Yep.
remember watching Raw's War. That bitch was in the back of the fucking stadium arena giving interviews.
Yes. And
Fuck you, Michael Cole.
as I would say, the best person, and still to the day, till when he was in his grave, the only person that gave the best interviews was Mean Gene
Ian
Okerlund.
Okerlund. Well, here I am with the great Andre the Giant.
Yes.
Andre the Giant, what are you going to hear? That's what you
Now,
heard.
Bobby, you better give me one more good push-up. Come on. You know this is the governor of Nevada. Come on, you do not know who that is.
Sergeant Slaughter? Are you talking about what's his
He
name?
used to commentary with Mean
I
Gene.
know. I'm Bobby, not Bobby the Brain. Wait, no, not Bobby the Brain Even. He talks like this. I am a bastard. Like fuck.
No.
Damn it! I don't know his name.
Uh,
What is his name? The body. The body. That's why I remember the body. I just can't remember his
he was in a movie with
name.
Arnold Schwarzenegger
I
and Predator.
know. I know. I can't think of his goddamn name. Three.
You got 3 tries.
Three. Not the brain heaving.
Nope.
Fuck the body. The body. Why? Why? He wear I can picture it. He looked like Hogan. He had the boas. He was
Yep.
like, Vince McMahon, you don't know shit. Fuck what's his name?
Yep. Come on.
It begins with a V.
No, it does not begin with a B.
Fuck.
You got 2 more tries. You got 2 more tries. Come on.
Can I
Come
phone a
on.
friend?
No.
God damn it.
We're not playing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I'm
Uh,
loving this. I'm loving this right now.
oh man, I'm too. Fuck. Um,
His second part of his name
it's
does begin with a
Ventura.
V.
Ventura. Ventura. Uh, Ventura. Fuck.
You said Ventura.
Yeah, Ventura's the last name. Tommy Ventura. God damn it. Um,
I'm loving this. Oh, we we're gonna have to make a skit now.
no, we're
Guess
not doing.
Chris's Trinity's
We're not gonna
as
make a
we're saying for
skit.
futures.
Ah, uh,
Welcome to Chris's Trivia Answer
uh,
Questions.
uh,
You
John the
got one more.
John the Ventura. I know that's not it.
Jesse the Body Ventura.
Damn, I knew it. I knew it was so with the body. It was the body. I knew that.
You said Bob. You said
I said
it
Bobby
begins
the
with
Brain Even. I said
yeah.
Bobby the
No,
Brain
no, no,
Even,
no,
and
no,
I
no,
said
no.
Bobby. And
You
then I was
said
saying body, because that's what he was about in
yes,
WWF. You
yes.
ass.
I said his second name does begin with a B because you said it begins with a B. Jesse the
Yeah,
Body Ventura.
yes, but the whole time I knew it was body,
Yep.
body, body. Jesse Ventura. Fuck you too.
Come
I
on,
heard
Bobby. You know you want to.
my wife smokes marijuana for her mental health. I was in Vietnam. The government didn't ask me if I wanted to go to Vietnam. I was told.
And I was the governor.
That made my head hurt too, because I was really
Oh,
thinking.
I know.
Uh,
You have it totally recorded, which is the best. It's making the show
I'm
even
gonna
better.
I'm gonna be sitting here editing tonight, and I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm gonna put the do 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 do
Dial up.
do do do. Oh. Get off the
Yep.
phone. Oh my god. I made that joke today at work, and
Uh,
two people just started dying laughing. I'm like, what is this,
oh,
dial up?
oh.
This generation doesn't know
It's
about
bad. It's bad enough. One of my coworkers actually played the audio soon of dialing up on internet. It was like, no, stop it.
Oh, you hear about it? Or AOL? You got mail.
I
Oh,
was just like, oh no, get away, get
yeah,
away.
it's just bad memories for all the 90 kids and very early 2000s. But let's go
Yes.
back to Backlash. After I just had a mental breakdown of Pat McAfee. So yeah, Pat McAfee's gonna win.
Yep.
Goldberg is coming back. It's gonna be Goldberg and Gunther at Crown Jewels. I have a feeling
Probably. Or SummerSlam, one of the two.
one of those two.
Yeah. And for another match, as I remember off the top of my head,
I know one match. El Puto Pendejo versus Journey Dom.
yes, El
And
Zero
I
Miedo.
love what Dom said. He a pussy danero.
Yeah.
It's so
As
good.
I believe, El Zero Miedo Penta wins.
You are wrong, my good sir, buddy. Dom Dom ain't gonna lose that belt just yet. Dom Dom is the greatest Intercontinental Champion, and he was only been champion for about 3 weeks now.
Yes.
I love it. And I think he's hilarious. He's so cocky, and he just needs to get punched in the face more often.
Well, as I'm saying is I'm getting more and more away from WWE.
I've been falling off of it. I don't watch it that much. I tend to like we talk about it now because I do
Yes.
follow it. I follow it, but I don't watch it. It's more of
Yeah.
those center. I'm more still stuck into WWF, ECW, WCW.
I'm actually more interested in the independent circuit. Because honestly, they come up with a lot of fucking hilarious shit. And I'm
Oh
just
yeah.
like,
Oh,
that
another
makes me
match.
the best.
Another
Yes.
match was Becky versus the United States champion.
Yes.
I think Becky is going to win.
Valkyria.
I think Becky's going to win that. She's going to
I
join up. She's going to join up her husband's stable.
I believe it's going to be Valkyria is going to win.
You think so?
As I'm
Right?
yes,
Right.
because she is actually the first intercontinental women's champion.
Oh yeah, she's been a champion for a little bit of time now.
Yes, but honestly, is if you remember back in the 90s, who was the actual first female?
I know this one. I know this one. She was a porn star. She was on Playboy. She slept with Triple H, and Triple H broke her poor little heart and made her a drug addict. Uh,
No,
Final answer: China.
yes, but that was X-Pac that made her druggy and
Oh
whatnot.
yeah, yeah. And he
Because
admits it.
they actually did a video footage
One
of
night
them
in
going
China.
at it. Yes.
I watched it. It's gross.
I have to say I watched a different one, and there was a lot of guys
Oh, are you
dressed up
talking?
as
I know the one you're talking about. You're talking about like the brawl for all,
yes,
and Ron Jeremy's in it.
yeah,
Yeah, you can't talk to that. That's more like you're laughing hysterically. Mean Gene's
yes,
like, I gotta get in there.
yeah,
It's pretty bad. Kids, go look at that movie. Look that up. If you want a good laugh and you think, oh, dude, this is gonna be hot,
no,
and then you really like, this is just
no,
weird, not
Bobby.
hot.
If our fans want a good laugh, roll the video footage of the dog I sent you that made you bust out laugh.
Oh, I will freak out. I love it. That dog. Every time I sit there, I'll sit there. I'll keep that as like if I'm having a bad day at work, and I'm talking to Mrs. I'll just like, this puppy's awesome. The Macho Man doggy.
He's got his own personal TikTok.
I know that dog is fucking killing it in the game. I wish we were
Yes,
like that. Um, but besides all that shit,
yes.
so we're gonna move on to our next topic. Um, I
Hmm.
I personally pissed off a lot of people today. And I'm not talking about work. I'm talking about my own platform, my own social media, my own Facebook.
Yeah.
Um I've been seeing a lot of I've been seeing this video going very public a couple days ago. Ice was in Worcester, Massachusetts, my hometown. I love that
Hmm.
city. 508 till I die. Um and the issue was there was a incident happen. Now, I say this, and I talked to one of my friends who is Mexican, legal.
Hey, Holmes.
Um, no, no, no. She's a chica.
But she'd
Um,
still call you, hey, Holmes.
yeah, she could.
Yeah.
I am her gringo, and she's my little beaner. But of all things, today was it was like I saw the video again, and I had to comment. I said, of in the scenario of what we are seeing as human beings and everything is we're seeing police officers taking people off the streets and I'm gonna put this like this. I don't like cops.
Yeah.
I'll admit, I'm not a fan of cops. I think there's bad cops. I think there's good cops. It's a mixture of both bags.
Yes.
But the videos I saw was just it was like a Spanish woman and two Spanish women and all this. But ICE was there, and I take it as it was a deportation scenario. Turned into
Ice.
another scenario. It turned into another scenario. A white woman hit a cop. Now, if you ever lay your hands on an officer, prepare to for consequences. That could be arresting. That could be you getting taken down really bad.
Yes.
They're in a stressful situation, and you being hitting them, do you honestly think that's gonna make it better for this person? Now for you, you're just gonna make yourself look like an asshole. And people
Yes.
are, and I have a feeling people are going to say I'm a bootlegger. I'm not a bootlegger because I can honestly admit I had bad run-ins with cops. I had good run-ins with cops. And when I used to work at the Worcester Palladium, I had great conversation with police officers. I
Yes.
met cops who were just complete assholes and just looking to get a score on somebody.
Yes,
But
that is true.
but the issue is a lot of people don't understand this, Chris. No one's taking a step back and looking at a the picture from a bigger angle. They're looking at it through a 9 by 16.
Yes. There's
And,
many videos similar, as I'm saying, out there.
oh yeah, but and then someone said there's a, and I was like, they're doing they're doing they're doing what they're told to do. It's
Yes.
their job. Do do I believe it's right? No, I don't believe it's right. Do I believe they have to do their job because this is what they're getting paid for? Sadly to
Yes.
say, yes. People, and some dude call, he's like, oh, you're a sympathizer. Then he's like, well, the Gustavs, blah 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 blah, which is the Nazi party. And I'm like, well, yes, that is true. You are correct. They were,
Yep.
that was right, but they were being led by a evil man, a
Hmm.
dictator. And I said this, and I'm gonna put a little factual out there. My grandmother, my Oma, Otelia Lawton, respect, rest in
Hmm.
peace. Um, she grew up in during Nazi Germany.
Yes.
She met Adolf Hitler. She had a twin sister and everything. He used to go to the schools. Now, a little more facts. Um, she was a little girl, so she only saw it from one point of view. Her mother, my great Oma,
Great great
my
grandmother.
yeah, my mom's Oma, she would go out at night and give bread and cheese and wine to the Jewish people.
Yes.
Now, I say that because my family was on the right side of history. But in this scenario, if she was ever caught doing that, she would be put to death. But that I go off on this tangent. But my main source, I'm going to bring it back. It's not them doing it, it's them being told to do it. It
Hmm.
is a form of brainwashing. And I hope a lot of people can understand that instead of just looking at it like all cops are bad. Honestly, if you get raped, who are you gonna call? Someone breaks into your house, who are you gonna call?
It's true. It's
You
definitely
call
true.
the fire department, they're like, oh, I don't know, someone's getting murdered.
Yeah.
So you fuck 12, yeah, you can hate the cops, but at the same time, they serve purposes.
Yeah, that is true.
I used
That
to
is
hate cops
definitely
because
true.
I smoked pot. And now they don't give a fuck.
Yes, because it's legal
Yeah, well,
nowadays.
certain states. But I'm just saying
Yes.
that, like, that was my whole thing. I hate a cop. Man, fuck you, bully. I'm just trying to smoke some weed. Blah 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 blah. And I've been in scenarios I've been put in handcuffs. It is scary. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm not Mr. Perfect either. I'm not Mr. Like, but I met some horrible cops who have abused their power on me. So I'm like, I knew a cop who literally was trying to get me to roll on a friend who was black, and he was like, "Oh well, if you tell me this person, I'll let you go and blame it all on him."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "That's racist. I ain't knew this." So, people, I truly want you all to take a minute, take a second, take a step back, and look at the bigger picture.
But
Are you?
plus also is if you do have to deal with a cop and they're being giving you an attitude, all you gotta do is step back and talk calmly to them and do what they say.
Yes,
Because
sir. No, sir. Yes,
yeah,
ma'am. No, ma'am.
as I'm saying is I've gone to an ICP show. I had a cooler. It had ice, it had Alfago. Alfago was out of it. Some dumbass ended up putting alcohol, empty bottles in the cooler.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a couple of kids that had weed and all that. I don't know if you were there for this, Bobby, and whatnot, because
I
you
might have.
remember we used to pregame for shows and all that
Yeah,
shit.
I did a lot of
Well, a
so much.
cop came to the parking lot and all that,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Yo, what's going on?" And I'm like, "We're just here. partying before the show and all that. We usually do this and all. And he's like, oh, okay. What's going on? I smell weed. I'm like, it's not me, officer. He's like, okay, what's in the cooler? I open the cooler. He ends up seeing, okay, whose cooler it is? I'm like, I am. It's my cooler. I'm 21 years old. Those are not mine, and those are empty. I will show you if you allow me grab those bottles and dump them. I grabbed the bottles. Nothing poured out. The caps were already gone. He's like, okay, no problem. But he actually found a couple other kids, got them to sit in the cruisers, and he ended up driving around the block and have them dump it out the window. That cop was not very smart. Because you know why?
Why?
The kids went back because they remember what street they went on with them dumping it out on the ground. And I do find it kind of disgusting of the weed. They're like,
They picked it up off the ground.
because it got grounded up from the tires and all that stuff. I was like, nope, nope.
Oh no.
And the cop let them
No.
go. Since they did that, they dumped it out the windows.
I
I was just like, nope, stay away from me.
I
You weren't
well,
smart.
I remember I can tell you this funny story. Well, that was at the play when I went to go to the show. Um it was a twisted show. I remember that because
Okay.
I was really high. Like I'm always high, but I this was young Bobby. Like
Meaning you were in outer space,
I was
above the clouds.
gonzo. I was in 20 different ciphers and it was nice. But I remember this. This dude, I'm walking, I'm smoking a blunt, just giving it no fucks. Oh yeah, I fucked up. I smoked a blunt this past month. Which is a no-no. So I cannot say I'm alcohol nicotine free right now. So boo. Um but I remember smoking a blunt, chilling. This is 17-year-old. No. 15-year-old Bobby. Holy shit, we had to really think back about this. It's 15-year-old Bobby just not giving a fuck, smoking a blunt at a show, and just realizing I'm turning the corner of where a cop was just posted. Why are you so close? Posted up at the this area, and he got me.
Bum, bum,
It was
bum.
on mid rip. Yo, Chris, this was me. Oh shit. And I was like, no. So he was like, how much you got on you? I was like, oh man. And this is a twisted show. So
Mhm.
I usually have a lot on me. So I was like, mm. I lied. I said a bag and this blunt. And he was like,
No,
where is it?
I remember the story. I
You
remember
remember
the
it?
story.
You
Yes,
remember it?
yes. You did not just say that. You're just like, what's right here?
Oh, I thought I said I had a bag on me
Nope.
too. Because I remember him taking it and then putting it out and stomping it into the ground. And my face was like, oh no. But I had weed in my pocket, in my like my sock area, because I remember I was
Yeah, that's
sneaking
why
it
I'm
in.
saying is you only told him you had this.
But the issue was, Chris, I didn't have another blunt.
Yeah.
I had to ask someone to get me one. I was
Hmm.
so butthurt about this scenario. I was like, this is this sucks. But then I had some. I always got inside, smoked more weed inside the venue. It was awesome.
Yes.
But yeah, like as I say this, you'll have bad cops, you'll have good cops. If you meet more good cops than there are bad cops, it outweighs itself.
Yes.
Now, now, do I like cops? No. Do I feel uncomfortable around cops? Hell yeah. And I'm not even doing anything illegal. I just
Yep.
don't like them. I because I believe this. I think this is why. I think it goes back to our childhood. They have a gun. I don't. They going
Yeah.
Who's gonna believe? Who you gonna believe more, a cop or a kid?
Yeah.
You
As
know.
I'm saying, my cousin works part-time for the police department in the town I live in. I'm fine with
Boo.
the cops in my town I live in.
Yeah.
I'm in another town? Nope. I don't trust a single cop very much.
I just don't like him. My buddy's a cop, and I don't like him. I make fun of him, and then he makes fun of me back, and he's like 10 times more harder hitting. But it's a scenario of like of anything. I told my friend, and me and her, we had a long conversation. My bestie, um, sorry, Chris. I knew her for a
Fine.
very long time, but we were talking about it, and she's Mexican, so she does get harassed a lot, especially living in Arizona.
Yeah.
And I asked her, I'm like, have you ever had a run? Have you ever had a run in with a back hop? And she's like, yeah. She did. She didn't like have like second guess. It was like a laugh. But I'm like, have you ever had a run in with a good cop? She's like, yeah, I have a handful of time. But she said this, but out in Arizona, a lot of people are racist. So yeah, especially the Mexicans.
Yes.
And she's an legal Mexican, not illegal, legal. She's
Yep.
Mexican and Native American. And then my little bambito that she has, and her soon to be husband, I hopefully. But besides all that, it
Yep.
it's it we I said it and I'll say it again. We as the human beings need to take a step back and realize who's really pulling the strings. It's not
Mm,
the cops who's
yep.
pulling these strings. Who's above a cop?
Yes.
You want to know who's above your cop? A corrupt politicians.
Yes.
And
That is
that's what I'm
definite.
going. That's the only thing to say after that.
And who's above that? Trump.
Yep. The biggest corrupt. The corrupt the
Yes.
corrupts.
Trying to make us a third world country.
So I'm trying to fucking. Oh my god, it's getting bad. How,
Yes.
dude? The housing market is just. I thought I would maybe get a house by next year. Nope. Not at all. It sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, everything is hot garbage these days.
That's
Yay,
that.
economy.
That's why I'm gonna save up enough money, get myself a little bus, and remodel it.
Oh, I would envy you. Just
Because
everywhere is your home.
yeah, all I would really have to pay for is my loan on the vehicle, and whatever repairs I have to put on it.
So would you buy like a sprinter van or a school bus? I see you with the old school bus.
As I would say, I would buy a little short yellow bus.
I would help you take out all those seats because it's really easy to do that part. And
Yeah,
then you just have to build the inside,
yeah,
which is actually not that hard if you really know what you're doing
yeah,
and
that
you're
is
using the
true.
holes already. Holes that already. Oh, sorry. The holes that already are ingrained into the metal. Because that's always
Yeah.
been a dream of mine. I would love to have a school bus.
Then I could be bumping the ICP song. I'm on the little yellow bus, come and ride with me. Come on.
Oh man, I thought that was just a joke. Remember the
Nope,
how
it
to get me
wasn't.
to Sesame Street?
Can you tell me how to get
How to
how to
get to
get
Sesame
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 Street?
Street.
Trump's trying to get rid of fucking PBC and whatnot.
Really?
Yeah, he's trying to get rid
Why?
of the because honestly, Sesame Street is on PBS, and he's trying to get them to not have freedom of speech on there anymore. And it's getting really ridiculous. I came
Very.
across this, and there's another another company that's sponsoring PBS on another channel saying this is a freedom of speech. They have all right to say what they want.
Everybody's getting. I don't know. I don't even know if it's censored anymore. It's more just like everybody's getting fucked over this week.
Yes.
This economy sucks. This country sucks.
Yep.
Everything sucks. Nothing's good anymore. What happened to the American dream? Oh, it's dead. It's been dead since Kennedy was shot in the back of the head by his own people.
Yeah, that was on my birthday.
Ooh, was it really?
Same date. Not the same year, but same date.
Oh, well, no shit. It wasn't the same year. That would be bonkers. You'd
Yeah.
be old.
He was assassinated on I forget what street it was, but it was November 22nd
It was in Texas.
when he was on the grassy knoll. He was assassinated.
It wasn't the grassy knolls. It was someone. But oh, never mind. We're not getting into this part of
Yeah,
this argument
but
because
that's
it's a
supposedly the
corruption.
street.
Yeah, the grassy knolls. I think that's the story, but there is a corruption. But
Yeah,
have you ever seen the JFK movie?
no.
Back and to the left, back and to the left. That's a good movie. I would recommend it. I'm going to say this. I am kind of excited about seeing one movie 28 years later.
Mm.
Something is telling me it's going to be the best one. I feel like I need to rewatch 28 days later, 28 weeks later, then 28 years later. I need to watch it.
As I'm saying is, I still got to see the Thunderbolts
Yeah.
as they're saying, as I've seen the new Avengers.
You
I
hear that?
I was upset. I was
You hear that
upset.
silence?
I was really upset when the frickin' Captain America Brave New World came out. I was pissed.
What red? I was excited. Oh, Red Hulk, and then everybody said, "Dude, it's not that good." I'm like,
It it
oh,
it's not. I was really, really upset because if you watch the previous person that played the Incredible Hulk,
yeah,
the second Hulk movie that came out that was close to in 2000s,
yeah,
the girl that was the daughter of the general and whatnot and the scientist, they
yeah,
said they were going to leave a spinoff from that.
yeah.
They were in America Brave New World, and Harrison Ford was the freaking father of that girl. And it
Hmm.
pissed me off so much since that actor that was the general from that second movie was the father of her. I was like, God damn it.
So pretty much, it was a hype movie, and everybody was kind of let down.
Yes.
I feel like Thunderbolts. I feel like a lot of movies are like that right now. But I heard there certain comic book movies are going back to the comic book format instead of being so drama filled and everything. Because I
Yes.
heard Superman's coming back and the Super Dog saved Superman during one thing, and then I
Yeah.
heard another thing is Batman. They're gonna do a Batman Dark, another fucking Batman movie. I hated that movie. I remember someone who loves Batman.
Yes, we will. His name shall not be named from the book.
Um, but I I'm just excited. I'm hopefully there's a couple weapons. That's gonna be a great movie. I have a
Yes.
feeling. I feel like that's gonna be a movie that everybody should gotta be excited to watch.
As I'm saying, they are going to be making a evil Avengers movie with the same cast, but their names are going to be different and all that shit. I'm
Yeah,
excited for Robert Downey Jr. playing Doctor Doom.
everybody is.
Yes. Chris Evans is playing Captain Hydra, and I forget the other actors and all that shit. So
Why
it'll
did
be very, very interesting
the Avengers just stop?
because supposedly the government realized they were doing too much damage and all that shit, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And they tried to replace Chris Evans in one of the series with the Winter Soldier and Falcon. If you watch that series on Disney Plus.
No, I didn't watch any of those series.
Yeah.
I I saw the Avengers, the End Games. I saw all of them. They're
Yeah.
great. I just
Yes.
never understood why they just couldn't just
The
continue
very
on.
last one explains why they were leaving, if you watched closely to the details. And they were supposedly new Avengers, which was Falcon, Ant-Man,
Fucking
and
sucks.
what's that freaking witch?
I don't
Scarlet
know.
Witch.
I know. Deadpool's supposed to make an appearance in one of the Avengers.
Yes, X-Force.
That's why. Thor. He was holding
Yes.
Thor. I'm like, oh my god, we're gonna get this, and we're gonna get, and maybe Deadpool just
Why
allowed to
is
say
Thor crying for
fuck.
me?
That's the other thing. Everybody like has the scenario of Ryan Reynolds. I feel like if they bring Deadpool in, they're like, so what's your magic power? I can say the word fuck.
Yeah.
And there you go. You got the one F word of the whole movie, of the PG-13 movie.
But as I'm saying,
You
is there
allowed
are
one.
going to be making an X-Force movie. Deadpool comes together with the X-Men.
Oh, I hate the X-Men. My sister loves Gambit. I'm hopefully Gambit get the movie.
I am hoping for that too.
Everybody's really. I think he did. The what's his face did a phenomenal job as Gambit.
He did.
I can't think of his name, but he was in 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street.
Yes, and he was
Not the
also
seven.
Magic Mike.
How would you know that? You seen that movie?
I've seen what movies he is if you look up his name.
I understand, but I was surprised you said Magic Mike.
I have a lot of female friends,
Oh
and they talk
yeah,
about that.
sure. You have a lot of female friends. Are they
I
just
do, Bobby.
friends? Are they just friends?
Yes,
Oh,
they're all in relationships or they're married.
oh. Chris seems slighted. Like you bitches.
Yep,
I'm always the bride, never the bridegroom.
yep.
I know I'm always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
I'm always
You
the maid of
bi-
honor.
I'm never the bride, you bitch. How dare you?
Yeah,
You fucking cunt. And that's what you're gonna say to somebody. But all
yeah.
right. All right. I think it's gonna be time to end this episode tonight. Man, I feel a lot better. My missus
That's
helped
good.
me. Chris helped me. That dab really did help me. So when
Yeah.
I get off when we're done here, hopefully my brain doesn't go back to that angry world. I hopefully it's just like you gotta let it go. Deal with it on Monday, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna deal with it on Monday. But
Yep, we're all hoping you feel better after this. Down.
okay, well, well, everybody, um, for the love of sakes and the love of meaningism, uh,
Yes.
thank you
The
for
blue
listening.
guy.
The blue guy. Thank you for listening to Digital Dudes. Um, I, Chris, you want to make the announcement, or should we just wait until next week to make the announcement
What? Exactly talking about.
about? Hold on. Sorry, fans. Don't read it out loud. I look in the chat, idiot.
I am.
So, do you want to? Should we announce this, or
You can if you want.
you know what? No, we'll wait until next week to announce it.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta make sure I got all the bugs worked out for it. But everybody, thank you for always listening to Digital Dudes. So can you guys do us a favor? See a little subscribe button? Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Put a comment down below.
And
To
share.
and share. Oh yes, and follow us on all our platforms like
Yes. Twist it. Twit it. Twitter.
Twitter.
MySpace. Facebook.
We have a
Bars
MySpace,
X.
Tumblr,
YouTube. Spotify. SoundCloud.
OnlyFans. We're
Patreon.
everywhere, bitch. We are everywhere in everything. We we are the ones. But everybody, thank you for listening, like always. So we'll catch you all next week here at Digital Dudes, and that's about it from me. Chris, you got anything before we log out tonight?
Peace, love, and mushrooms. But
Bye,
goodbye.
guys. My camera's dead.